Welcome to another episode of The Aesthetic Edge by TIG Advertising.
I am your host, Tracy, and today we are being joined by Jennifer with the Glow Medspa. Welcome, Jennifer. Thank you for hanging out with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're excited to talk to you about all your adventures in the Glow Medspa. So, do you want to give you a brief introduction of yourself? That would be helpful for our audience to get to know who you are and what you're about.
Sure. My name is Jennifer Killebrew, and I have a med spa in Dripping Springs, Texas. And we've been open almost 5 years now. And my background is a neonatal nurse practitioner, so working with babies, and a nurse. And I've done all that for many, many years, more than I want to admit, I assume. But we opened here this one about 5 years ago. We do have Hutto Weight Loss and Med Spa in Hutto, Texas. That one's been open about a year. And we actually have a third location in Kyle Weight Loss and Med Spa. So we are the whole Metroplex here.
That's great. That's great. That's exciting that you've been able to open so many locations.
It's exhausting.
Well, yes.
But yes, very exciting. Thank you.
Exhausting but wonderful at the same time, I would say.
So. We are counting our blessings. Yes.
Good. So, along those lines of your introduction, what inspired you to jump into the med spa space?
I started doing aesthetics myself at 31, and I just saw this trend that everyone was trying to look the same, and I just hated it. Sure. And media keeps showing all the actresses, not so much now. I think we're pulling away from it, but for years and years, like everyone on TV looks the same, and it was pretty annoying. I feel like I love unique faces. I love that people look different. I love that we have different backgrounds. So why is everyone trying to look the same? So I just kind of felt this pull, this gravitation towards aesthetics, and quite honestly, I just studied it for years and years and years, and watching Instagram, studying beauty, like what am I looking at? And then, of course, like 2020, right in the smack of COVID, I thought it was a really good idea to open. So, and it was a wonderful idea. And so that's when Glow came about, and I put all my studying to practicum and went for it.
Good. Great. Now, you mentioned in that you love individuality of not only the people that are around you, but also your patients and your customers. Mm-hmm. Do you create individual experiences for everyone as they come into your practice and visit Glow Med Spa?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's face is so unique, but beauty is studied pretty well, and there are ratios of beauty. So I'll tell you, I'm looking at balance of someone's face. How are the ratios balancing the upper portion of the face to the lower portion of the face? How does the face look as a whole? I'm all about balancing, and someone's eyes are wider, someone's nose is wider, someone's lips and chin and jaw, they're wider. Men are very different than women. So you have to be mindful of everyone's unique features and balance within those ratios based on their unique features. So, and I feel like we're truly partners with our clients, because I just left a lip filler, and her and I are partnering. Like, this is what I see. This is how I see myself. It's not how I see them. It's not how I see you. It's how you see you, and how can I maximize and give you that result.
Great. Okay, so during the consultation, right, during the kind of mapping out of someone's experience and that balance that you're getting into, is there particular treatments that you kind of lean more towards for other patients over other treatment types, or are there things that people commonly come to you for that they're looking for? Like, how do you do that with your patients?
That's about as unique as an individual. Everyone needs a different plan, 100%. There's some basics. If you're getting past 40, you need a laser. You need a
Yeah.
CO2 laser that we have. It helps your skin quality. It's 40 years of sun damage. We're in Texas and y'all are in California.
Yeah.
It's sun damage. You have to repair. I always tell clients that the number one thing that's going to age you is your skin.
Yeah.
And so we really push that everyone needs to be considering a CO2 laser. So that's probably kind of a big umbrella that we're like, yeah, everyone kind of could use that one. But other than that, if you're on GLP-1 weight loss medications and you're losing the fat volume in your face, that's usually a sculpture problem. It can be a filler problem, but that's if we're just kind of pop little things here and there. But sculpture is a
Hmm.
global overall volumization. So those work beautiful with the GLP-1s. So we are seeing a big pickup with that because obviously the GLP-1s are very popular. And then lip fillers very popular. Um, and often when you're doing lips, like lots of people, I'll pop little things in their chin because it's not balancing that mid face. So it's all about
Yeah.
balance. Lips are part of the whole lower face. So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. In our experience, we've learned that there's a few gateway procedures that really bring people in for aesthetic services,
yeah.
things like
Well,
the
that's the squirt and
neurotoxin.
Botox.
Basically, yeah, it's Botox, Dysport,
Mhm.
the amount of those, and then lip fillers is also one of those ones that seems to be a big introductory treatment for a lot of consumers.
Yeah.
So
And younger
that's
ones too. So, and we do a lot of masseter muscle Botox and Dysport. So I'm doing 18-year-olds who have anxiety and they're going off to college and we're treating their masseter muscles and it's really helping their anxiety to relax and help them sleep and not have headaches. So, I mean, we do treat a younger population as well, but lip filler can be a younger population thing too.
I'll tell you, my 20-year-old loves her some good lip filler. That's just
Yeah,
there she is, and she has inherited my lips, and you can't necessarily tell from this, but I have quite voluminous lips.
you do.
My wife tells me they're rather large sometimes, and her lips, my daughter's lips are very similar to mine, but she still
She's
gets
probably
lip
going
filler.
for balance, just so you
Well, what she wants is that balance of the upper lip and the bottom lip, and
know. Yeah.
most of the filler she actually gets was for the top of her lip. So, but
Yeah.
that's fun. So, with an older patient base, are you starting to find uses of hormone therapies or peptide therapies or anything along those lines that seem to be these kind of more up and coming type treatments? Like I'm hearing a lot of like exosome things,
Hmm.
uh, and social media is like a buzz right now with like I hate saying this salmon sperm treatments, but I don't know if that's things that you're starting to see your
We are
customers
not
treat.
doing those yet. I wouldn't say I'm an early adopter. I'm not a late adopter either. I'm somewhere kind of early after. Um,
Uh-huh.
so I definitely, and I'm a researcher. So I have a doctorate degree in nursing. I have an article that's been published. I'm a big, I've taught for many universities. So I research everything
Okay.
before it ever steps foot in here. And surprisingly, I always do it on myself first. And I make
Oh,
sure that I believe in things before I actually bring them to my clients. So I don't think I'll be adopting that one anytime soon, but verdicts out.
okay. No, that's fair. So, cool. That's very good. We talked with someone last week who was big into like the PRP treatments, and she has a practice in South Florida, and it seems like her older demographic is really getting into that kind of PRP
Yeah.
thing, especially for not only what was traditionally used for like sports medicine or pain
Mhm.
management in some ways is now being used for aesthetics for kind of natural regrowth of parts of the body. Are you doing anything within that realm at all?
So we started with PRP and we quickly stopped when exosomes came about because
Sure.
if you look at the research on exosomes, they can be 180 times more effective than plasma, than platelet rich plasma. So, and Exosomes are interesting because they're a little bit of the wild, wild west. Like you really have to find a good research-based company, and there's not that many, believe it or not. Like Benev is one of them, and so I've had many people approach me with exosomes, and I'm like, "Where's your data?" And they can't produce it. I'm like, Absolutely not."
Right.
But the data for good exosomes is great.
Hmm.
So I think PRP is good for the right person.
Right.
I have used it. I didn't think that it worked all that well on my clients. I love exosomes. I really do. Um,
Okay.
the injections that you get in the ortho offices are amazing, but you also have to remember it's only as good as your own plasma.
Right.
So, and even having an alcoholic beverage can make your plasma not good for up to 2 weeks. So,
Wow.
you have to have a really kind of clean, healthy client to get that good yield from the plasma. So, and the older we get, our plasma is just not as effective.
Right. Right. Okay. Good. That's very good to know. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so we're going to transition a little bit. Can you kind of walk me through what a patient experience looks like at Glow Med Spa? Let's say someone wants to come in for a consultation. How does that work for you? Do you have them come in? You do a one-on-one with them, and
Yeah.
they get to learn more about you? What does your average customer experience look like?
The average customer, from my experience, already knows who we are. Even if they've never stepped foot in here, they've probably been
Wow.
watching us for 6 months, a year on Instagram.
Sure.
We're highly referral based. So we already have our name out there by the time they walk in here, typically. We do get those natural kind of search engines where they're like, hey, live down the street from me, which is usually backed by our reviews. We have an open communication policy to where they can text our phone number on the website, and we're constantly answering back. We do have free consultations when people do want to come in. We don't charge for those, mostly because we have almost 100% conversion rate. So it's annoying to be charged something um, we're just going to convert you anyway. So
Right.
we when they come in for a consultation, we normally don't get a lot of consultations, to be honest. They are booking already for our new ones. They book for exactly what they want, and maybe they've already emailed me, and maybe they've already texted me and asked for
Wow.
prices and asked for, hey, what do you think? And so they're already booking. I maybe have an actual consultation once every few months.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You are in a unique space, right? In that your customer base is already familiar with who you are.
Hmm.
A lot of other med spas are out there just fighting just to be known.
And
Now,
Kyle's going to be a different spot. So Kyle, we're going to have to really be hammering in at bringing customers in. We're in a small town in Dripping Springs, so they everything is referral based. I've built this on my back out here from just doing a good job and bringing people in, and my clients have been with me for a long time. Like they're my buddies, so
yeah,
and they refer to their other friends, and we are in a unique spot. And I've always said that about this location. It's different than the other ones. And Hutto, I kept having all these people come to me. Hutto's an hour away, mind you. I had all these people coming to me from really far out, and I didn't understand it. And so I finally was like, forget it, I'm coming to y'all.
yeah,
And so I took a store out there to them. And I mean, 3 months we were profitable because I already had the client base out there. So
sure.
it was interesting. So
That is really interesting.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see how Kyle goes. It's going to be a different ball game.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say so, right? Because competition is important in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you have an advantage in Dripping Springs, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are the player in that space, and so
And I was one of the first, so that's kind of hard to beat. I mean, we are having, like every other city, med spas popping up on all these corners, and it's
yeah,
it's difficult because we have a very large client base already, and this town's not that big. I mean, it's
yeah,
big, but it's not that big.
yeah. No, I hear you. So, speaking of Dripping Springs and being in that kind of local space and environment, Do you do a lot of like community outreach or local initiatives or events or things of that nature to help keep you fresh in the community?
So we go to, believe it or not, the students. So we take interns,
Okay.
and we're going to go into our third year of interns, and we're kind of a sought after place for the kids to come and hang out with and do their year long internship with us from the high school.
Hmm.
I have 4 kids in these schools, so a lot of what I do for community is giving back to the schools, and we are one of the top providers for the Dripping Springs cheer team,
Oh wow.
and their biggest sponsors. And then we give money to the track team. I just gave away. Well, I chose. This is the first year that we've done a $5,000 scholarship for a student who wants to be a nurse. And so
Yeah.
they've had to show me their academic progress and show me that they're in a nursing school. So we do have a person chosen that will figure it out May 14th. So that's our first actual scholarship. And then last year, my intern, I gave her $1,000 when she graduated to kind of help her with her journey as well. So that's a lot of how we're trying to give back. When community members come to me and they need a raffle or they need a giveaway, I always give it to them, 100%. So all these causes that they want, I'm constantly giving people a giveaway for their cause.
That is phenomenal. Yeah. That's great. Right? It's
We try. It's important.
no, it is, and that is your outlook on that. It's very refreshing, I will say. Giving back to the community in such, dare I say, an aggressive fashion is phenomenal. That's kudos to
I
you.
think I came from a lot of nothing. I really I struggled a lot, and a very rough family life. We didn't have a lot. Um, Father was actually imprisoned by the time I was 14. So I learned what it's like to not have. And I also didn't have enough money to go to college. My mom couldn't afford college. Every single thing that I ever did was on a loan. So I
Yeah.
always said, and that's hard on a family to loan 100% of college because you sit in some weird lower middle class range that no one
Yeah.
will give you money.
Hmm.
So I just always, and even going through my doctorate program, like Texas Tech gave me a $5,000 scholarship just to finish my degree. My company I worked for paid for my master's. So I always said if I was in the opportunity to give back, I would love to give a percentage of our profit back. And I'll do it as long as I can.
That's amazing. That's very that's inspirational. That's awesome. That's really cool.
Thank you.
So I guess I want to talk a little bit about the future now for Go Med Spa, right? You said that you have multiple locations now. What is your what are you looking to do in the next couple of years, right? You just opened Kyle, right? So what
Mhm.
are you looking to do beyond that? Have you thought about that at all?
So that's multi-layered.
Yeah.
We are going to start delving into the hormones. We do a lot of GLP-1s. We see our population here in Dripping is probably mostly females between 45 and 65.
Yeah.
We see a ton of males too. I'm not going to say that. We have a very large male population, but
Sure.
we're missing something. We're doing
Yeah.
all these GLP-1s and we're missing a piece of the puzzle, and so I want to continue on putting that piece of the puzzle together. So
Hmm.
hormones is going to be that next big push that we're going to have. But hormones are complicated, and they need to be very individualized. And I'm just now finishing up a 55-hour course on hormones, and I did
Wow.
pellet. Yeah, it's very long and very tedious, but very helpful.
Mhm.
And I don't want to bring something unless like I'm fully educated on every aspect of it, and I can teach my staff easily how to do things safely and appropriately. And also our medical director, Carrie Kansas, her husband is a urologist and has done hormones as well. So we're definitely partnering with that to have the best program and safest and most effective that we can give people. So that's something we're really going to be amping up this year. And we're almost ready for that. Almost there.
Good. Very good. That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's new treatments, new product options are always big deals. So that's really great to hear. Um, okay, great. Now I know we are coming up on time here, so I want to give you a chance to I guess highlight Glow Med Spa a little bit more. How can people find you? What is your website is Glow Med Spa. What is that?
Dripping. Yeah.
GlowMedSpaDripping.com, right? And then you have
Yep.
a couple other websites that people can find you at. What are those ones?
Yep. We have Hutto, Hutto, Med Spa, and that can serve Hutto, Pflugerville, Northeast Austin, and Round Rock, Georgetown. So they can definitely help you out in that area. And then Kyle, it's Kyle Weight Loss and Med Spa. And we're in a wonderful location to help serve Buda, Kyle, San Marcos, Wimberley, Martindale, even some New Braunfels and Canyon Lake. So, we're really trying to help big pockets of the communities.
Great, great. And then your social medias are all the same, right? Glow Med Spa Dripping. And
Mm-hmm.
okay, perfect. All right. Is there anything that you would like to share with anyone else that we maybe not have touched on at all, Jennifer?
Um, you know, the only thing that keeps coming back to me over time is small business ownership is hard. It's very difficult. It's very rewarding. It's very difficult. You want to give up half the time in the
Yeah.
beginning, and you don't pay yourself a lot of money in the beginning. So you definitely like if people interested in med spas, you need to have a source of income because it takes a while to build all of
Right.
that as any small business. So I think just for people looking to do med spas, like have some capital, be patient. It takes
Yeah.
time.
Okay. Great. That's great. Okay. Well, we thank you very much for joining us today, Jennifer. Again, Jennifer with Glow Med Spa out of Dripping Springs, Texas. And this has been the Aesthetic Edge with TIG. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.